What's going on, everybody? We are back in the garage today for a quick little tip for these Yamahas. If you saw the last race vlog, you'll know what happened to me. So we're going to show you guys how to fix that. Got a lot of tips and tricks on Facebook after my post. Now I will say that I used to do this years ago when I had my very first Yamaha. This happened and I kind of heard of this trick and I did it then. I did it to maybe a couple pumps and then I kind of just stopped doing it because it never happened. Last race it happened, so we can't let that happen again. We'll show you guys. So two things here happened. Number one, this little cover came off of the pump. All right, so this thing is splashing around the tank going crazy, and you can see right here this wire got knocked off. All right, and what that means is no more fuel pump, game over. So it always could have been worse. I thought at first it was the top end because the thing was cranking and cranking and cranking, but being in a race condition, it was raining, it was noisy. I didn't notice that the fuel pump was not on. So I didn't notice that until I got home the next day. Actually that night when I rolled the quad into the garage, I tried to start it again, but it was quiet enough where I turned the key on and I didn't hear the fuel pump prime. So then I was like, all right, so maybe it was just a fuel pump. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe it was one of these damn wires that came off again. And sure as shit, that's what it was. So we're gonna show you guys what we're gonna do. We will put this back on and we will run a zip tie around that, and then we're gonna solder all these connections, and that'll be the end of that. Now I will give a shout out to Mark Notman. He was kind of one of the first guys that posted this tip and trick. You guys know the 6-time national champ Walker Fowler. Mark Notman is his mechanic, so he's always so good on Facebook helping people out, letting them know tips and tricks what to do. So huge thanks to him. We're gonna get this thing fixed up and show you guys, so let's get to work. All right guys, before we get started, I will show you the quad is all cleaned up. This is the practice tank and pump. So this is from the practice quad. Show you guys. She friggin' runs. She may not start super quick, guys. I don't want to hear it. I only have the 12-volt battery, not the 24-volt right now. So just calm down. It's not going to start very quick. All right, so you can see that problem solved. Top end's fine. The quad did not overheat. Coolant and oil levels were fine. So luckily, even though it was a crappy breakdown, it's a relatively easy fix. So let's get this thing fixed up. All right guys, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back on. This just snaps in, and then we're gonna secure it with a zip tie. This way this can never fall off again. This is definitely common. It seems like you always hear these things. You always hear something bouncing around in the tank, and it's these things. These things fall off. They just kind of come unplugged, unsnapped. All right, so that's snapped in. You can see it's just little plastic springs and clips. So obviously racing and even just riding, rough riding, man, these things, you know, this thing's getting bounced around. So we're just gonna secure it with a zip tie. And that should solve that problem. That will never come off again. We'll also make sure to do the practice quad too. So this guy can just get plugged back in. Pretty simple. And these are strong. Like I'm tugging on these, like, oh, so it did just come off right there. So a little dab of solder will definitely go a long way. So if you're running a cut harness, guys, you can eliminate this, all right? The sending unit. I'm not gonna eliminate it because my harness, I do have the low fuel light still active, and I kind of like to know in a race if that's on or not. So I'm gonna keep this intact. I will not worry about these because if these come off, nothing's gonna happen. but I will secure all these. Obviously this blue and this black are for the actual pump. You can see how they go down here. So these are the two important ones, the blue and the smaller black. This black and the red are the sending unit. So we're gonna put a little bit of solder on these. Actually, I don't even know about these. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit. Although this one's gonna be tricky to get to. We'll try to see if we can get just a dab into that. But we're definitely gonna do these four, and we should be good after that. So we got our trusty butane fired soldering iron. This thing is sweet. You can see, I don't know if you can see the flame is on in there. So we'll let that heat up. We do have our solder. Oh, we have some solder right here. So this should be relatively easy, guys. All right, there's one. Now I'll get these other two. I'm gonna try just to get a little dab right on the motor side. I think we can get it in there. Yep, we got it.
Are there any gay electricians in here?
Hey, Adams.
Oh, we're making a movie?
Yeah.
Well, at least you have your pants on. Is it recording now?
Yeah.
So I shut up then?
Yeah, just shut up for a second.
You should have that in the tank when we're doing it.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we got these all soldered up. I'll show you a little close up. You can see not going anywhere. We did those two, we did those two, and we even were able to get, you can see we got some in there, and we got a little dab on that one. So these are all solid. We got the zip tie on the little basket, cup thing, whatever you want to call this thing. So let's get this thing installed back in the tank. All right, we did just clean up the little gasket that's on here. I'm not going to mess with any of this dirt on the outside because I really don't want anything going inside the tank. So we're just going to let it stay like that. The surface is clean, so we should be fine. We've got a little plate right here. Now we do have a little bit of fuel in here, so I like to just make sure we got no leaks. It looks pretty good. We will fill it up. We do have a little bit of leftover fuel in my dump can, so we can top it off, but we're gonna get this thing back in the quad now. So we will just check quickly. We'll turn the key on. She's pretty empty. We'll get some fuel in here. Whew, T4 smells good. All right, we'll see. Ooh, we can hear it priming. We'll fire her up. this girl is back in business. All right, guys, that is a wrap for this one. Hopefully you guys will use this little tip and trick. Once again, huge thanks to Mark Notman. If you race and you have a Yfz450R, don't wait. Don't get caught like I did. Don't learn the hard way. It stinks, all right? Get this done. Take you 5 minutes. Zip tie that little basket, whatever the hell you call that thing. Zip tie that. Solder those 4 connections. You'll be good to go. You never have to worry about it at all. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you're not yet, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up in this video. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think about this tip. And we'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.